Hello, YouTubers. Welcome to PDINA. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you're doing well. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you so much to everyone who has recently subscribed. And yeah, hit the like button if you like this video. Make a comment and let's get into it. And I want to talk about I want to give a different perspective about something that really I think we can all relate to. We can all relate to people that we know, and we can relate to people in our lives who are stressed. And I want to talk about the Queen and how it has come out that her friend or someone within her circle has come out and said how Meghan Markle has stressed the Queen in the last years or the last, moments of her life. Let's get into it. But before we talk about that, I just want to give a shout out to Prince William and all the great work that he is doing. He had his Earthshot Prize Awards winner announcements in Singapore. And as some of you may or may not know, yours truly was there last year in Boston. Yes, I was in Boston. I was able to get a press pass. I just was like in all the festivities, even saw Catherine and William. It was so much fun. I loved it. The entertainment, the calls to action was just superb. The people that had submitted to be in this Earthshot Prize and those that won, it was really an amazing event. And I'm just so glad that I had the opportunity to go there. But, great things that William is doing, how he has had celebrities show up, come fly all the way out to Singapore to be with him and to support his initiative. You have to look at someone like William and say, he is doing it. He is doing it. And I am so proud that William is the good example of the Princess Diana's sons. He's the good example. Okay, Mr. Otis, what you doing? Okay. So that was this week, and they're going to have the event is going to be on PBS next week. If you have a chance, check it out. You'll really enjoy it and see what is this dog doing. Okay, yes, okay. Well, at the same time, Harry was doing something for the Bob Woodward Foundation, where he poked fun at himself and was doing or made a speech for this foundation that was supporting veterans. And Harry, I think, is somebody that wants to be in the limelight for the sake of the work that he does, but I don't think that he wants to do it in a way that is the celebrity side of it. I don't think he's trying to socialize to help his wife with celebrity. I think he's disgusted by it. I think that's not something that is important to him. But at the same time, it's so important to his wife. It just must sicken him that, his wife is always trying to get, in celebrity. Because I'm surprised he wasn't even there. Like, why wasn't he? It was in New York City. Why didn't he show up? Okay, you could have at least showed up with your wife. Maybe they didn't even want her there. Like, there's a reason, a very good reason, I think, why Harry did not go there in person and with Meghan. Because that just seems like a given that you would just show up to be there. But I don't know. But let's just talk about what happened with this insider. Okay, so there's this insider that says that Meghan Markle, she caused the Queen stress in her final days. So Meghan and Prince Harry, we know they went and lived their lives over in California. They left the royal family, blindsided the Queen and the other royals about even leaving the royal family. We all remember that. Remember, we had the summit that they had and how they were in talks with the royals about leaving. But then, all of a sudden, Harry and Meghan, they come out with this whole website full of what we want to do and how we want to do it. And the Queen and the royals were like, well, hold up, wait a minute. We haven't really made this information known yet. This was still being talked about. So there are still rumors about how the late Queen was doing in her last final days. Because usually when someone passes, you go back, you think about, okay, well, what happened? You know, why do we think she died when she did? I mean, her mother lived to be well in her hundreds. So why did the Queen pass before she was 100? I think she died prematurely. I really do. And insiders are claiming that Meghan, she added stress to the Queen's life during her final days. And at the same time, a friend of the late Queen is sharing an honest take on Meghan Markle and what she actually did. And this is so key, because when you have someone that tells you what I've been saying and many others have been saying, it validates everything. And so this insider now is really validating the commonality of what we've all been saying, that she stressed the Queen in her last final days of life. So this source is speaking out, saying to Radar Online that Meghan Markle's Hollywood ambitions ultimately ripped the family apart. Is that not a shame? Is that not just horrible? Her ambition to be in Hollywood, to go live a Hollywood lifestyle, affected the Queen of England. And for that reason alone, it should always be shame, 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 shame on you, Meghan Markle, for what you did to the Queen. And I'm sure the people of England are not going to let her forget that. That should always be the issue, because how dare you prematurely cause the Queen to pass, I believe, in her final years of life. You were the reason why, because of your selfish want and desire to be in Hollywood. You caused the Queen so much stress, because she could have lived easily another 5 years. Okay? Easily. It's alleged that the former actress was a burden on the Queen before her death. And I think that is just despicable. It is just horrible. And at the same time, she's causing the exact same pain and stress by ghosting her own father. She's doing the same thing to her father. So this is somebody that doesn't care. It's like she did it and is doing it to her father. She would care less having done it to the Queen. That is what is so disgusting in all of this, because you are so consumed with your own celebrity that you can't even think about the well-being of the Queen. So this is what is happening, Otis. Lady Glenconner, this is what she is saying. She is a member of this prestigious brood, and she is saying that when you're in these circles, it's really quite boring. There's not much going on. And she says that you go around and you meet with hundreds of thousands of people all the time, people who you're never going to see again. And it's not kind of the lifestyle for someone of the mindset of Meghan. You know, they're saying that this is something that they could see making Meghan like not interested. She's bored. She doesn't want to do it. And this is why her desire to move to Hollywood, to have that Hollywood life, was so important to her. And why she nagged the Queen, wanting to have her foot part-time within the royal family. I think this is how she nagged the Queen in those last days, because the Queen put her foot down and said no. She said, no, you're not going to be half in, half out. It's either you're in or you're out. And I think it was because of that they continued the stress. They continued the stress with going to have these interviews, causing the royal family to be looked at as racist, doing all these nefarious things for the sake of her Hollywood career. Is that not atrocious? Is that not despicable of this woman to behave like this? And to cause the Queen this suffering. And the lady Glenconner, she goes on to say that she feels very, very sad for Harry, because I think she sees the sadness in Harry. Now, at the same time, we know Harry has caused it. He caused it to happen because this is your grandmama. How do you allow your wife to cause this stress on your grandmother? I think at this point, Harry needs to take accountability for what he has done, not only to his own life, but to his grandmama's life as well. Well, we do know that this has been a very honest statement by a former relative about the past years with the Queen. They've leveled accusations of, we know, racism. They've said things about the royal family that they've had to counter. And we know William came out and said, we're very much not the racist family. He came out and said it. So the book, the memoir that Harry had featured a number of things in it that we know were not well received by the British royals. So Meghan and her Hollywood ambitions, this whole Hollywood life that she wanted to have, this Netflix documentary, and seeing that she has caused also the royal family stress with that documentary, with an impending book that we know she's thinking about writing. This is a woman who is going to continue to try to cause harm to any and everybody, regardless of the pain she inflicts on them. And I think at this point, people need to understand who the real Meghan Markle is and what she did to the Queen. From her interviews, from the book from Harry, from the wanting to leave the royal family, blindsiding them with leaving, and also naming that child Lilibet. Even naming their child Lilibet, which we know the Queen did not give permission for her nickname to be used. So it's really sad, it's disgusting, and it's just something that I want people to always remember. Because when we think about the last years, the last days of the Queen, we saw how she looked really frail, how she wasn't making a lot of appearances that she normally would not have missed. She was having issues with stability. And I think it is these important years and times in her life that we will always remember and know that there was a real true cause and meaning for the rapid deterioration for the Queen. And that was the stress that Meghan Markle and Harry, for that matter, had put on the Queen during the last years of her life. Words spoken from Lady Glenconner, who says that this is what she believes. And if anybody would know about anyone in their inner circle, it would be this lady here. She would know this. And we have to look at what this woman has done. And that should tell us, by her behavior and what she has done, that she will continue to hurt people moving forward. So no matter who you are, going to partner with her, work with her, have her come work for you at an event or on behalf of your event, she will always be that person to make it that this is for her rather than for the people she is there to support. Never forget that about Meghan Markle, because if she can show the Queen that she's not really there to support the Queen and all the good that the Queen and the British royal monarchy was doing for the people of England, you know she is not going to do it for anybody else, even though she may say she is. We know her behavior, her actions have shown us that she will never put anything else first but herself.